This one is for the UFC London Co-Main Event between Arnold Allen and Dan Hooker. Arnold Allen is 17-1. Dan Hooker is 21-11. Arnold has been a featherweight. This is his weight class. He's been campaigning here for a while. Dan Hooker has not been a featherweight for a good time. So let me go back. So his last fight as a featherweight was 2016. Let's just have a quick look down the stats, because this is something else that's going to play into Dan Hooker's advantage. So, of course, the experience. 17-1 for Arnold Allen, 21-11 for Dan Hooker. A lot more losses, but a lot more experience. A lot more fights at a high level as well against higher level opponents. So 5'8" for Arnold Allen, 6 foot for Dan Hooker. So a height advantage as well as a 5-inch reach advantage. Yeah, that's something that could be really prevalent if Dan Hooker decides to use it intelligently and not close the range down where he's into a brawl. Like that height and reach, he could feel very overbearing, especially if Arnold's backed up against the fence, southpaw, backed up against the fence, and Dan Hooker's just kind of jabbing him and teeping him. There's a lot of good opportunities for Dan Hooker to use his physical attributes again in this weight class. Maybe more so than he was able to at lightweight. Higher striking output for Dan Hooker, as we know, he's got a blazing pace when the fight gets going. Decent striking accuracy, nearly 50%, but takes a lot of shots in the process. So as you can see, Arnold Allen's defense at 66% is better. That is dependent on whether he can maintain space from Dan Hooker or whether he decides he wants to have a scrap and get that fight of the night bonus. Fairly even takedown defense for both of them. Arnold Allen 76% and Dan Hooker 78%. The one other thing that we need to mention is Arnold Allen's last stoppage win, which was the ninja choke over Mads Burnell. It was a lovely finish, and he might be able to set himself up for this, especially if, say, he's hurt Dan Hooker or he's cut him or something. I mean, we've seen Dan Hooker bloodied before. There is scar tissue there to be worked on. If Dan Hooker does decide he wants to level change and try and grapple with Arnold Allen, maybe he does feel like he's the bigger fighter, the more imposing fighter coming down a weight class, or maybe he's been hurt, he's been rocked, and he just kind of needs a moment. Arnold Allen attacking next, wrapping stuff up, will put him to sleep in no time because he's got a hell of a squeeze on him. The young man's got some biceps on him, so you don't want him wrapping around on your neck. Other than that, I mean, I think this one could absolutely steal the show. In order for Arnold Allen to get the win and come out looking, keeping a baby face and not needing some stitches, is to play it very smart and to use his feints and his counter punching and maybe even try and grapple a little bit. For Dan Hooker, I'd like to see him return to a more focused and technical mindset. I love it when he brawls because the fights are fun, but I would also like to see him, run for a belt at some time. So having a smarter, calmer performance might be just what he needs here to get the win over someone so tough like Arnold. Hell of a fight. I can't wait to watch it. I really can't. I'm looking forward to it. Big fan of both of these guys. I would not like to pick it, so I'm going to sit right on the fence on this one. I'll be looking forward to watching it.